7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have these secrets.
Hey guys, today I'm going to do a FAQ video, my second FAQ, or maybe you want to call it a Q&A. I'm going to answer more of some of the most commonly asked questions that I get. I've got 9 for you today. Some of them are really quick and some of them will have a little bit longer of answers, and I'm excited to run through them for you. First one, how old are you? I am 28 years young. Second question, how tall are you? That's a good question. I may be 5'5" and I may be 5'6". For a very long time I was 5'5", and then more recently when I measured myself it looked like I had grown about an inch. And I think that this has happened in the last 2 or so years since I've been practicing acrobatics and specifically practicing handstands. A lot of the drills that I do for these handstands are specifically geared towards elongating my spine, and I actually think that I'm creating more space between my vertebrae and the muscles to support that. Number 3, how do you travel with a knife in your carry-on? I get this question a lot, and it makes sense because I talk about how I travel with my now 19-liter backpack, and that's what I live out of, and how it's a carry-on and it can go on any plane as a carry-on item. However, due to security regulations when you fly, we still cannot take knives on planes. Hopefully that will be changing at some point. I do believe all that stuff is loosening up over time. And for now, there are a few different things that I do. As many of you may know, I have a multi-tool which has a utility knife on it and a lot of other useful little items. In general, I always carry that in my 19-liter pack with me wherever I go. When I am flying, I tend to either not bring my knife because I know that there will be something where I'm going, not bring my knife because I will be purchasing some sort of a cutting device, send my knife on ahead through the snail mail if I really want to have it in my new destination, or I check my knife in a checked bag. I did this recently when I went to Thailand because I was going for a festival, and my traveling companion and I brought extra stuff for the festival, so we took one small bag and checked it, and it was just easy to put a knife and a couple other items that couldn't go on the plane in there. Now, since I go back to Thailand every year to run this festival, Fruit Winter Festival by the way, which is so awesome, I recommend you check it out, I have decided just to keep a knife there along with a couple of other very useful items like a cutting board. Number 4, what do you do for cell phone service as you travel abroad? For the last 6 months or so, I've been rocking the iPhone 6S and loving it. What I would recommend, and I think is ideal when you travel abroad, is to travel with a smartphone such as this one or another smartphone that you enjoy that is unlocked, so that you can put a SIM card in it in the destination that you are going to be traveling to. My current plan is with Verizon, and Verizon does not have unlocked phones. I switched to T-Mobile for a while, especially for this purpose, and I tried them out and I just wasn't digging it for a number of reasons. I now share a family plan with my sister with Verizon, and together we get 18 gigs of data a month, which is really perfect for me because I travel for a living and I often use my phone as a mobile hotspot, so I need a lot of data. T-Mobile just didn't offer that kind of data package for me. So right now when I travel abroad this year, the past 3 months, what I've been doing is suspending my phone service because then we're not charged for my phone line, and using my phone without local cell service in all the other ways that I can. With Wi-Fi, I can still get my email, I can still use Messenger, I can still access Instagram, I can basically do everything that I do on my phone in the States except for outgoing and incoming calls, which, to be honest, I don't have a lot of. When I'm abroad and I do coaching calls, I do them through Skype. One other thing that's really awesome is that with my phone, I can still get GPS in the places that I'm in. I don't need to have cell service or wireless internet. I just get GPS. So when I'm in a new city, I can see where I am on the map. This is maybe the #1 reason I love having a smartphone and Google Maps when I'm traveling abroad, or traveling anywhere for that matter. I'm not even sure why it works this way, I just know that I love it. Also, if I do want to get to a specific destination, I can look up that destination on Google Maps while I have wireless internet in somewhere, then just keep that destination open on Google Maps, then go out into the world without my wireless internet, and I'll watch my little dot get closer to my destination as I walk towards it. Yay, technology! Number 5, what is the song at the beginning of your videos? Great question. I get that one all the time, and I understand why, because I love that song. It gets me so pumped, and it sounds like it gets a lot of you pumped too. That song is called Behind Closed Doors. I believe it's by Otis McDonald or something like that, but it's a YouTube free song. So YouTube has this library you can go to access all kinds of free music that makes it legal for you to publish it on your videos and then monetize your videos on YouTube. And I really recommend checking it out. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Number 6, who have been your travel and lifestyle inspiration peoples? That's a good question. You know what's interesting is for a while I was reading a lot of books. I love to read. I still do love to read and watch documentaries and do lots of things where I'm taking in outside information. And I feel like there was a period in my life, and lots of periods really, but a period more recently, a couple of years ago, in my minimalist and health journey where I was doing a lot of this. During that time, there were so many cool people, so many great books, so many works that inspired me. At the time, I was really looking for that type of inspiration and guidance in a sense. So in that vein, I could say I have a lot of people that inspired me, and I can give you some of their names and some of those works. But really what I've been feeling for a couple years now is that what has inspired me most of all is going within. I truly feel like we all have the answers for the most epic, unique lives that we can live within ourselves. And actually, by taking more time to connect with myself instead of looking for answers outside of me, I've had the most amazing results and the most amazing transformations for me unfolding. I do like to take a lot of what I've learned from the awesome people that I've learned from and incorporate elements of that into my life. I feel like mostly I've digested so much of that stuff now though, and churned it around inside my own little mixing pot and made it my own, that when I think back to the books that I read or maybe even conversations I had with people, I can't say that I recommend any way any one person is doing it or the information exactly as is. What I do recommend is reading what excites you, viewing what excites you, having the conversations that you want to, taking it all in and trying it on for yourself, and then making your own version of what rocks for you. Number 7, what do you do about special event attire, say when you have to go to a wedding or a funeral? A very good question. You may have gathered that I have a very minimalist wardrobe. Everything that I own fits inside this bag, so as you can imagine, there is no perfect wedding dress in there right now, or funeral dress for that matter, or funeral pantsuit or otherwise. So far, these occasions have come up for me about every 2 years. This past fall, I had 2 weddings to go to, and 2 years before that, I had 2 weddings as well. My cousins seem to be on that every 2-year kick. Basically, what I've done when I have events to go to like this, where I want to wear an outfit that I don't own, is I either borrow it or buy it or rent it. It's really fun for me to trade and share clothing with my sisters and my friends when I'm around them. That's always been something I've really enjoyed. So sometimes I take advantage of that. I've also purchased items and then just donated them when I'm done. 2 years ago when I went to these weddings, I got a dress and I planned to just hang on to it for a couple of years, thinking that it could be my special event dress and either I'd travel with it or I could just have my sister hang on to it for me and then send it to me if I needed it. So I hung on to it for a little bit, but I don't really like having stuff out in the world. And I realized that over time, my style changed, the size of my body changed, and it just didn't make sense to own it anymore, so I got rid of it. This past fall, when I went to these 2 weddings, I wore the same dress to both weddings, and I borrowed the shoes from my sister. And I found this dress at a secondhand store for like next to nothing. That seems to work for me. I don't mind buying items and then donating them or passing them on to a new owner. There are also websites that you can rent dresses from online and they'll send them to you and you can send them back. And I know with suits it's even easier. And beyond that, for all the special events I attend, I generally just wear my clothes. Number 8, do your friends and family members support your lifestyle? Yes, my friends and family are really awesome. I've been weird forever, and in the past 6 or so years, I just seem to be on a steady incline of becoming weirder and weirder, just more and more authentic to me and the life I want to be living. There have been some really interesting, unique, and sometimes probably seemingly to them dramatic lifestyle changes I have made, such as around my diet, my living situations, travel preferences, business preferences, work preferences, my relationships. And throughout it all, with different adjustment periods for each of them, they've all just shown me lots of love and overall have actually embraced many aspects of my life and been interested to learn more from me. Lastly, number 9, how have your relationships changed since you've changed your lifestyle? I think in short, they've become more authentic, more fulfilling for me. And that seems to be right in line with the relationship that I'm having with myself. I love having open, authentic relationships with no labels on them. Actually, I love it so much that I recently started a new YouTube channel with Connor McMillan where we talk about inspiring these authentic types of relationships. So you can check that out. I'll put the link here if you're interested. Overall, it's felt so great for me to keep opening up to what feels real and what feels alive in me, and to connect with other people in that place, and to celebrate the areas where we enjoy connecting together without any expectations, without any limitations. I'm so grateful to have all the amazing people in my life that I do have. Over the past years, my relationships have really morphed and changed. Some of them have deepened, and a lot of the ones that weren't really serving me before have sort of faded out and become less a part of my life, or not a part of my life at all. Now I really feel that every relationship that I have and put energy into my life is really serving me. Thank you so much for all these questions. They've been awesome and so fun to answer. If you have any more, please put them in the comment section below. I look forward to doing another FAQ video at some point in the future. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you later.